recording.
This meeting is being recorded.
Welcome to the February meeting of the Yarmouth Energy Committee. This may not turn out to be a meeting if we don't get one more person for our quorum. But because we are here, I'd like to give a big thank you to our retiring secretary, Marilyn Holly. Sandy, can you see if Marilyn's online?
She is not.
Oh, well then. So there's no way really in this Zoom to congratulate her and have her open her door and find the flowers. Well, shucks. Seriously, there are flowers. Let's see, what can
I
we
can
do?
call her.
Well, I hate to ever, I didn't even want to ring the doorbell because I figured, oh, she had to move to get to the phone. But we can tell her afterwards if she doesn't come on. It
Oh,
may
there
be
she is.
She's
Oh,
on now.
Marilyn, hello. Marilyn, we were just bemoaning how we were going to thank you for all your years of service if you weren't with us, and you have solved that problem neatly as you used to solve all the problems with the minutes. We'd all like to give you a huge thank you. I mean, you served as secretary longer than anyone in the history of Energy Committee, and you also did a bang up job. I remember being so impressed that you would look up the names of agencies, that you would run all the CVEC stuff by Steve Gavin, that you never let an acronym go unquestioned, and you took that opportunity to educate the public by spelling out the full name. We're very, very grateful to you. That's me, and I just left you flowers from the committee at your front door. And I'll let Bob and Sandy and Amanda say thank you as well.
And Camilla's on also.
Oh, Camilla, hello. Oh, we have a quorum. Okay, we're good. So, Sandy, you want to go first?
Well, Marilyn, I really have enjoyed working with you. I've enjoyed our visits at our favorite spot. And it's just been a pleasure working with you. I'm going to miss you, and I am still going to keep in contact. So don't think you're getting away with it.
What I'm trying to get away with is my walker.
Marilyn, you didn't have to go to this extreme to get off Energy Committee. I know I begged you to stay a year ago when you were up for renewal, but really, this was extreme.
I would love to take the notes and give away the walker.
Hey, we can work something out here.
Okay. So I won't keep you. I just wanted to say hi and bye.
Oh, well, listen,
Oh,
I
no.
know Bob wants to thank you, and I know Camilla and Amanda want to give you a wave and a thank you and a goodbye.
Okay.
And you can stay
Marilyn,
on.
I have enjoyed your wit and sarcasm for all these years, and we will miss you. I hope you come, since you can do this from home, I hope you come on occasionally as a public member or a member of the public. That's a different meaning, I guess. And join your friends here. And I hope there'll be a time when the spring comes that we can resume our Sunday morning coffees as well. And thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. I think it's been about 10 years since I've been doing this.
Yes, it might feel like 20, but really only 10, Marilyn.
Exactly. Yeah.
Good luck on your future endeavors, and thank you for contributing so much. Our time together on the committee was brief, but I I wish you the best.
Thank you very much.
And Amanda, you're gonna promise Marilyn free parking whenever she has an electric vehicle, right? She can go right up to a town charger.
I don't have control over that, but thank you so much for always taking great notes and being able to, take the extra mile to make sure that the town's updates were accurately portrayed. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay,
Okay,
well, Marilyn, thank you again. You are really gonna be missed. And, really drop in. We would love to see you always. And do go to your front door because like there are 2 deliveries there. One is your flowers and someone else had left something in a tan plastic bag, shutter plastic,
oh,
with some kind of supplies in it. So I gently put the flowers in that so that they wouldn't be on the ground or stepped on the step.
okay, I'll go and look. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you. And don't let this be a long goodbye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Take care. Okay, well, we now have a quorum, so I guess we can proceed to our more official duties, one of which is introducing members of the public. Josh, would you like to say hello?
He's still muted. Okay.
Oh, hi. So it's actually Eva. I'm Josh's wife. He just stepped aside for a work meeting. So he threw the phone at me because I'm here for you guys.
Oh, well, thank you. This is public comment period. If there's anything you'd like to say.
I'm just here to hear about what was happening with the Solarize project because, we purchased panels too from that guy. So I think I'm just supposed to take notes on what's happening.
Okay, we'll be getting to that as soon as we elect our officers. So if you can hang tight for 5 minutes, we have some updates on that.
Perfect.
Okay. Well, as you saw in the little email mid-afternoon, it occurred to me that we had to move up the reorganization and election of officers because, of course, otherwise no one would be taking minutes. I've done a new revised format that I'm going to run by the new secretary and see if it seems acceptable, but I think it'll be a nice streamlined form for us. Would anybody like to make any nomination? Our officers are chair, vice chair, and secretary. Would anybody like to make any nominations to begin with for chair?
Do we have,
Joyce Flynn.
do we have a list now of who is running?
The people who are eligible are people who are members of Energy Committee. So that would be Sandy Cashin, Bob Palmieri, myself, excuse me, Camilla Flannery, Mike Duffy, and I'm missing one person. Barry
Barry.
Margolis. So any of those people can be elected chair. Or any other office, but they have to be Energy Committee members.
Once again, Joyce Flynn.
For president, yes, or for chair,
Yes.
for chair.
Oh, okay. Are there other nominations?
I agree. Joyce Flynn, chair.
Okay, well, if there's a motion, then I'll close the nominations for chair. There seems to be only one candidate, somebody named Flynn. All in favor of nominating Joyce Flynn to be chair for 2023, say aye.
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 Okay, any nays? She said, hopefully. Okay. Okay, the next nomination is for vice chair. And current
Mike
vice chair,
Duffy.
exactly, the incumbent. So is that a nomination or just a general exclamation, Bob?
That's a nomination.
Okay. Any other nominees? Okay, well, I guess seeing no other nominees, we'll close the nominations. And there's a motion to elect Mike Duffy as vice chair. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Okay, well, congratulations, Mike, who is not with us today to hear this accolade, but who has worked very, very hard for Energy Committee and of course for the whole Solarize plus Yarmouth project for which he was solar coach. Okay, and now we get to the officer position that has occupied Maryland for a decade of her life. We're only asking for a one-year commitment on this for calendar year 2023. And since the vice chair isn't here, I can't pass the chair over to him for 30 seconds. And since the secretary just retired, I can't pass the chair to her for 30 seconds. So I'd like to break procedure and nominate a joint secretary committee this year that would be Sandy Cashin combined with Bob Palmieri. I think they're a good set of complementary strengths on that. And I think Marilyn made us very aware of the number of hours that this could potentially take anytime there was a very complicated meeting with lots of acronyms and lots of organizations whose points of view had to be represented just so. So that's my nomination, but I'll ask for a second on that because I'm really not supposed to be nominating people while I'm acting as chair.
I'll second.
Okay, thank you, Camilla. Are there any other nominees? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor of a joint committee of Cashin and Palmieri to act as secretary for Energy Committee for 2023 signify by saying aye.
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 Oh, good. I even heard one of the nominees express affirmation there. Thank you, thank you. It's a tough job, and of course, you know, we all work together, and if there are difficulties, we'll figure them out together. But Sandy, Bob, I really appreciate your taking this on.
We only do this to keep Andrea Campbell happy.
Oh, well, you know, a new attorney general could be ferociously enforcing things like minutes. You know, that's very brave of you. Okay, well, we have a couple items on the agenda that we're skipping, but I might just ask Camilla, while we have you here, and to be fair, I didn't discuss this with her ahead of time. Would you like to recommend any of the products that we were asking you about last time, or shall we put that to a future meeting? I remember there was one delightful one that involved a spraying and expanding thing, a kind of foam, but that also did a much better job than previous foams, getting into tiny crevices and seeking out little places where there might be a tiny gap. I remember other people had some questions as well, but if you have any follow-up that you'd like to make today, that would be great. If you don't, we'll chat some more in the continued conversation, as you put it.
Yeah. So I can send a list out to the committee. How is that? If there is no consumer product for the spray as of yet, the airborne product. That's
They've had 3 weeks since the last meeting, Camilla. Aren't they working on this?
I would love that to, so the continued conversation would be, contractors in the area that would provide this service. And I honestly haven't been able to locate anybody at the moment, but there's possible training programs. So I will look into that and forward everybody. But are there other products that are already available that I presented that are interesting to anybody on the committee that I could forward a link to the manufacturer today? I don't remember, there are the expanding foams, like Great Stuff, that fill gaps around windows and crevices that you might have. So that's called Great Stuff. And that you can find that in the Ace Hardware stores or Home Depot or any of the, or Mid-Cape, has it as well. Usually
Okay, great,
any
great
place
stuff.
that has I'm sorry. Anyone that has paint, will carry caulking and gap sealers. So they'll have that.
Okay, and seriously, the trade name is Great Stuff.
Yes, it's called Great Stuff.
Okay.
Yep. And that's an expanding foam. There are different versions of that, depending on, the hardware store. They might have, there are some more green alternatives, but Great Stuff is sort of well known in the industry. It's not ideal. You don't want to spray your entire attic with the Great Stuff, but it's great for obviously filling crevices and small areas. The one issue with the Great Stuff is that it's only one use application. So even if you have a full can and you have a small crevice that you filled, you can't use it after that one use. The nozzle gets, so that's not ideal. There are some products that are on the market that are reusable, where you can replace the nozzle. And I can send out a list to the ones that I can recommend that are a little bit more green in that respect, but
I think all of our
well, we would
houses,
love that. Thank you.
I think all of our houses had a weatherization assessment this past weekend.
yes.
I certainly found some places that I didn't realize were leaky.
It was a good test, definitely.
Okay, well, Camilla, thank you very much. And, we appreciate your updates on these things because we've never had a sustainability architect on Energy Committee before. And it's great to have someone to be able to ask hard questions of.
Yeah, keep the questions coming. Yeah.
Okay, now we just have one more item before we go into the Solarize update. And that's a report from Amanda Lima, our town engineer, on town energy use and any good news about new things with renewable energy or expanded facilities. Amanda, take it away.
Hello, hi. So just a brief update this month, just on some projects that I have been updating you guys on. One of the ones was we discussed before about the solar at the senior center. We had done some site inspections right around probably the last meeting. So I don't know if they had occurred yet. They were looking to start in February with the remaining work to occur during the summer. But unfortunately, they've rescheduled to mid-March for the solar panel installation. And then for the electrical would be again during the summer. They're just shuffling around workloads, but it's coming slowly, but coming. Keeping on board with the senior center, they have shipped the new charging unit for the electric vehicles, so that should be hopefully arriving soon to get installed. And then I wasn't sure if last month or the month before I had provided Just another project that I'm working on is the Sandy Pond Playground and Splash Deck. And there is an element of
Oh.
solar there. I don't know if I had shared that. Do you recall, Joyce? Or, and
I think you referred to it, and I think that we were kind of pondering, so the solar is used to power whatever is pumping the water?
No, the water, that is all off of the pressure from the water system. This is for the actuator that turns the system on. So the way, to conserve
Ah.
water, there's an actuator where a child will hit it. It will turn on for 5 minutes, and there's 12 zones, and there's different elements of the splash deck that will turn on and turn off. So it like seems like a kid thinks they're controlling it. But it will just go through its sequence for 5 minutes. And so that helps with, the splash deck will be open from a certain period and close at a certain time. But in reality, it will like utilize, they say, about 60% of the time with it getting hit by, a kid. And then we're looking to expand upon that because there's limited electrical service on site. And obviously it's a very large parcel. Right now, I think it just feeds a couple cameras and maybe the irrigation system programmer. And it's very limited. Like the dog park has solar lights. And then the other part that I'm venturing into is looking to get lighting for the existing bathhouse, as well as actuated locks so that we don't have to manually have somebody open and close, which we have at other bathhouses around town. So that's something that we're looking to expand. There'll be, hopefully, if all goes well, there'll be 3 panels that go on the existing bathhouse.
Oh, okay. Well, that will be an upgrade. I mean, sometimes a park that gets attention and gets founded even much later is always going to lag behind in amenities, but it sounds like you're helping the sandy stretch in the middle of Yarmouth catch up.
Yeah, we're getting there. It's going to be a great project. They just remobilized because the winter so far has been pretty mild, and they got the delivery of ground equipment. So they're, like I said, they just remobilized today, and hopefully it'll be complete by mid-June, if not sooner.
Okay. Well, Amanda, thank you so much. And I take it as a parent yourself, you think that this button hitting to cause the water to splash is going to be a real hit.
Oh yeah, it will be a very utilized playground, and it'll be an inclusive playground too. So it's for all abilities and disabilities. So it'll be a great resource to the town.
Oh, great. Well, listen, thank you for this month's report. We really appreciate it, and keep up the good work.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you.
Okay. Now we'll go ahead to our Solarize Yarmouth report. Josh and Spouse, if you have anything you'd like to say, feel free to join in this discussion since this is why you're here. Do you get our Solarize Yarmouth update letters?
Yeah, we get the emails with all of the updates.
Okay, so you had one yesterday, right?
Yes, we saw that one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So our big news with that was that there is a way without lawyers to get the judgment that you need. If you're a creditor in the bankruptcy process where Solar Wolf and Ted Strzelecki are the debtor. And if you want to enter the Home Improvement Contact Guarantee Fund, it costs $188, this motion that you need to file, and plus some certified postage. But that gives you the legal judgment that you need to be entered in and get a case number in the Home Improvement Contractor Guarantee Fund arbitration. There's a big backlog on that. So it's going to be taking a little bit more than a year for your case number to come up once you have a case number. But that was a really helpful piece of information that Solarize Yarmouth customer Kim Berner turned up because some of our people, when they called the supervising office for the home improvement contractor fund, were getting told things like, call the attorney general's office. Oh, you're going to need an attorney for this. And it turns out people actually do not need to hire an attorney or file things that require an attorney for this. So that was our big news, because another customer had been exploring the Consumer Assistance Council, which was half in and half out of the Attorney General's office, which was an experimental thing. And the Barnstable and Dukes County did
Thank you.
opt into that. So there is a council, but we just were not getting the answers we needed there. And it turns out this is much faster and much more under the homeowner's control. Do you have questions about the home improvement contractor fund process?
So you just apply for it. You like mentioned there was a fee, and then it's basically like a year wait until your number comes up.
Yes, they're taken chronologically in the order in which the official filing, and which involves the presentation of the judgment, either to add to the application or including it with an application. That comes up chronologically according to when it was filed. But they've appointed arbitrators who are going to be very familiar with the Solar Wolf case. And so once your number comes up, this is going to be the world's fastest arbitration, because they already will have processed some, and they're not going to be sending them to random attorney arbitrators. They're going to have 3 to 4 people who are in deep in the knowledge of this process. So they'll know the entire other side as pursue the contractor complaint. The other thing to know is that I'm sure none of us will feel badly about this. These complaints against a contractor through this process, and homeowners needing to get reimbursed through this home improvement contract process, those do weigh very heavily a contractor keeping his license. So I think the benefit to our stranded customers, I think it's pretty clear that there will be no contractor's license for Mr. Strzelecki after this. And that's aside from any criminal charges in another venue and so forth. But I mean, this is as it gets for contractors.
Is it possible for him to do a
But
different?
one other thing I have come across.
Joyce, we're
Who?
losing you. Joyce, you're frozen.
Would you mind repeating?
Joyce, you're freezing. You're becoming frozen and we can't hear you.
Turn your picture off, Joyce.
I'm not sure how to fix her. Okay, she has left the meeting. I'm assuming she's going to try to restart. Sorry, folks. She can probably call in. I'm going to make sure that she has the number to call in. If I can find it. Should be on the agenda.
Yeah, I see it there.
Can you give it to me? I'm typing her a text right now.
+1 929 205 6099.
I'm going to ask you to do that again so I can put the hyphens. I thought it would automatically. 1-929.
Yeah. 205
205.
6099.
Okay, I just text her, hopefully. She's not answering the phone, so that tells me she's trying to do the Zoom. I'm not sure what we do when this happens, when we lose the chair.
Well, we've lost our quorum also.
Yes. I wonder if she's going to try to get to her house where there's. Sorry, folks. These will be short meetings, Bob.
Yeah.
Short
Well,
meeting minutes.
does that mean we should encourage her to sit by the cranberry bog there at
Or she should
Union
have come in,
Street and
or she should have gone to your house,
yeah,
right down the street.
exactly.
Josh has gone off, so it's just Camilla, you and I.
Actually, Marilyn's house is even closer.
Oh, Camilla, I don't know. It's just the three of us. I've never had this happen before. She's had technical difficulties, been able to work it out though. You're muted, Camilla. You're muted.
I know that they're working on a tower for Xfinity. I don't know if that's affecting Joyce. We have no internet today, so
Ah,
I'm remote.
huh. We've never had this before, so I don't know. She's not picking up on the phone. I did text her the number. But
Maybe her
she
phone
mu-
died. Yeah.
I would assume that she could plug it into the car. She said her phone crashed. All right, do we cancel meeting? I bet Camilla, where's that Xfinity tower being done? You're muted again.
Whatever tower, I don't know where the location is, but whatever tower we're tied to in South Yarmouth, I'm not sure. Yep.
She was outside that cranberry bog, so
Oh, that's close to us yeah,
on West Yarmouth Road, I would assume.
yeah, we're near Bass River, but sort of in between those two places. Yep. That may be what is happening.
Are you south of Route 28?
Yes.
Okay, she
Yep.
was on the north side. I don't know what to do. She
Can
said,
we just
she says she has,
suspend the meeting until further notice?
yeah. She says she has a burner phone, but it can't Zoom. Yes, please end meeting early. Call in on burner phone. If her iPhone crashed, I'm not sure how she's getting her. Text. I said, call in on the burner phone. I'll copy that number again. Oh, I might need it again. It didn't come on there. I got it.
So it sounds like she hasn't moved.
No, she said that the phone just crashed. Well, let's see if she calls in. If she doesn't in 5 minutes, then we'll this has always been my fear that I wouldn't be able to put on the Zoom meeting.
Where are you right now?
In Jefferson, New Hampshire.
The world is a wonderful place in the 21st century.
Yes, yes. It was minus 50 something degrees. Oh, we have to, she wants us, she's not calling. It looks. Call in. She said it was going to be a short meeting. She said to note the time of the crash. I really wasn't paying attention.
Oh,
Must have been around
Pretty
5:10.
close. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty close, because 5:16 now, and I had the first text go out. Do you have the meeting ID on that? On that agenda right in front of you?
yeah,
Can you give that?
823 2068 2728.
So it looks like she's gonna try to call in. The other thing that's making me a little nervous today about this meeting is that the closed captioning is not showing.
Yes, I noticed that.
And I have it enabled, but it's not doing it. That happened one other time. It might save the file. I'm hoping it's saving the file, but our first meeting might be a challenging one, Bob. We have the recording.
I'm going to take the initiative here and propose that we suspend the meeting, not end it, not adjourn, suspend the meeting until further notice.
Okay,
And then we can decide, maybe tomorrow or whatever, whether there's any reason to continue it or just, wait till next February, wait till March. It's a short month.
excuse me, she said that she's having problems with making the call in. She needs password. What's the password?
398275.
398275. I'm gonna see if I can call in.
Welcome to Zoom. Enter your meeting ID followed by pound. You have not entered any number. Please re-enter your meeting ID followed by pound. You have not entered.
Zoom is not, it's like they want you to enter all the numbers and they want you to do it like fast. Won't even let me.
Yes.
So she probably has to write it all.
Welcome.
Oh, she's on.
Thank you, Sandy.
Okay,
My goodness, we have to submit a lot when we go in by phone.
I didn't realize you had to do all that either. Good thing that Bob had it right there at his fingertips.
Thank you, thank you. Sandy and Bob, now see, right there, you show the kind of leadership, that's what we need in officers.
So Josh has left us, but Camilla is still here and Bob is still here. So the four of us is still here.
Oh, okay. Did you catch Josh's last name?
No, it only said Josh.
Oh, we need that for the minutes, and I would need that to call him. So I feel bad. His wife was asking a question just when there were these weird electronic noises and then, well, silence.
I think
Um,
Josh has been at a participated in one of our last meeting, one of the other meetings, so we can
Yes.
probably
Oh,
look
oh,
in
so this might be-
Marilyn's
this might-
notes.
okay. This might be Josh from Connecticut, who participated in a couple of meetings.
Yes.
Okay, I'll try him then when I get home. So I'm trying to think. We were going to do the because of course now I can't see the agenda on the smartphone. I only have the burner phone. I think we've done everything that we planned to do with our cut down agenda. Barry is very interested in proposing that that Yarmouth opt into that optional stretch code for sustainability, and I think he would need all sorts of political help to get that ever passed by a town meeting, and I feel that he's not being realistic about the help that's needed. So he and I have had some short cell phone conversations, and he's going to come back in March. But I mean, Sandy was somebody with a sense of town calendars. He was thinking in February that could go on the April annual town meeting agenda, which of course, not even possible.
No, I thought he was going to be on the
No.
meeting tonight.
Well, he was going to be, and then when he let me know in a that was till March, he might not be at the meeting. So I thought, because of course one needs to really take every opportunity to talk about something when one is advocating that other people vote for it.
Right.
So we'll see. But anyway, he'll be proposing that in March. And I do have material he sent me on that. He downloaded the whole section from the state new energy policies, and that included this opt-in for municipalities. So I'll send you a copy of all that so you'll have it in advance. So we were skipping that. And then also I'm redesigning our minutes agenda just to make it a little more standardized. So I'd like to send you and Bob a copy of my ideas on that, and then maybe have us, have a phone chat or some other kind of chat about what all three of us thought would work.
Okay, can we do that in public? I mean, can we do that?
Oh yeah, that's right. Not stuff for a meeting, just a kind of, that's like an internal thing. Like Marilyn had her own organization for it, and you guys will presumably have preferences. And so, I think we should set up what you want, and as long as it meets open meeting law, open records law, all those requirements, that will be fine. A thing to think about is whether we want to record motions. It certainly with regulatory committees, that's an obligation. I think it weighs less heavily on us unless it's a big motion, like proposing something that goes to another town entity. But that's a thing for us to think about. And you want to look at whether you think the current sort of thematic organization works for you.
Okay.
Maybe take a look at planning committee agendas real quickly and see if you think they have anything to offer us.
Okay.
Now, do we have any member requested items for the next month? Bob, we've already got your question about how we can increase electric vehicle ownership in Yarmouth. So that goes on next meeting. And, if Barry is giving his presentation, then, it makes sense, I guess, to kind of hit those both at the same time while being aware that his is a lot more than electric vehicle readiness or extra chargers on the part of the town? Because I think you're thinking of that plus a consumer campaign, I assume.
Yeah, and also just, I mean, all the commercial centers, particularly on Route 28, uh, and our tourist trade, you know, people would come into the Stop and Shop, you know, and
Yeah, the Stop and
charge
Shop in
charge
Orleans
up their
has
vehicle
chargers.
while they're doing their shopping or some, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
there are
I mean,
a lot of places where people go and park for a while, just enough time to charge a vehicle if you've got a level 2 charger to be able to plug into, while you're shopping for something, you know. I thought about churches, but of course, churches are usually, the parking lots there are only used once a week or maybe Wednesday night for Bible study. But uh, you know, there
yeah, it might not be the same
and
return on the investment. Yeah.
the parking lots at the beaches, would they be too close to salt spray that might deteriorate the machines too quickly? But I mean, these are things that have to be checked out.
Yeah. Well, why don't you propose 6 to 8 commercial areas to be looked at? And it sounds like the people we would need to chat with about that would be Yarmouth Chamber people, but even more than that, town community and economic development people, because the latter might be pretty good at getting grants for that.
Yeah, there have got to have been studies in other parts of the country already that would, you know, give information. I mean, I'm starting from almost zero in terms of knowledge, and you know, who uses public charging stations already, and what the transportation experts figure will be next. But we have this large summer, what, 3 to 4 month group of people who will, more and more of them will be getting EVs over the next decade, that will decide whether they're going to come to the Cape or not based on the availability of charging stations.
Yeah.
I know the new school has got a few going in.
Oh, great. And they're free?
I'm sorry?
Oh, and are they free for the first 2 years, like with municipal ones at town lots?
I'm not really sure how they're working. I don't know if it's put in from the MSBA or why they were actually put in. I probably for lead points. So I'm not really sure.
Presumably those would be for teachers.
Yeah, I can ask at Thursday's meeting.
Okay, well, thank you. And Bob, if you could, you know, as part of your bringing this up next meeting, if you could check in with the Cape Cod Commission. I think that they were doing something on this as part of their whole, you know, climate mitigation thing and some of the electrification stuff that they've been working on with the compact. The person who comes in talks at the compact meetings and the group energy committee meetings is Heather McGilroy, who lives in Yarmouthport. So you might want to just look up her email and send her an email and ask what there is that you could look at that's been put together by the Cape Cod Commission. Okay, any other ideas for March or future agendas?
No. On our conflict of interest training and the other training, that open meeting law, I know that it was revised after I had already watched the video for an hour. Do I have to redo that?
I know, Sandy, I
Okay.
feel so bad about that.
Ugh.
I mean, you watched it and got your training certificate, and then they changed it right after that, and they didn't have the new format, so nobody could do anything for a couple weeks, and now they've got this new thing that you essentially just read it through, but you don't have to pass anything. But I'm proud of you. I'll bet you got an A on that test.
I've been taking it now for so many years and I still get the same ones wrong. Those
Oh,
gifts, those
Sandy.
gifts are the ones
Oh.
that,
Yeah, there's one that I always feel should be answered
I
differently.
know.
And that's one where it's a relative doing well from something, but it's not a relative within the close circle as they define it. And I keep thinking, well, wait a second, the clan is doing well, even if the immediate family isn't doing well by this.
Most boring test I ever took.
Yeah.
And with that, I make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
Okay, Mr. Palmieri, I hear you. I hear the other half of the secretariat seconding. Is there a motion? I believe there is. Is there a vote? Let's take it.
All right. Well, thank you.
All those in- Aye, yes. And we end this meeting with a big thank you to our new joint secretaries, because without you, our history will be erased.
I'll send you all the information, Bob, shortly. The closed
Okay.
captioning
Okay.
might be a flop this time. I'm gonna have to look into it. There was one other time that I tried to do the recording and the closed captioning wasn't working. There's 6 different Zoom logins and somebody manipulates and changes certain settings. So that one might have been changed, but I'll see. We'll see if it's there.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, great to see all three of you. Thanks a lot, and probably talk before next month.
All right.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
definitely.
Take care.